Hello, witchlings. Welcome to Speaking of Which. I'm a little crazy tonight. Well, I'm trying to keep my brain working, and Mercury retrograde is happening. And, you know, as usual, chronic pain is happening, and PTSD is happening, and menopause is eating my brain, and I got this silly wig on my head, and I'm having some fun. And hey, here's my face again. I did a couple of videos that don't have my face, and I thought, what the heck, I wore makeup today. I didn't fix my makeup before the video. I probably look pretty raggy, and this wig is pretty bad, but I like it anyway. Sometimes it's fun to have long hair, even if it's from China. I should feel really guilty about that, right? So I'll rock the granny look, I guess. Let's see. I am probably going to make this a two-part video. I'm now doing stupid accents because I'm so tired. Apologies to anyone who thought that sounded like a real accent, because it's not. So I wanted to talk about the full moon, because by the time this moon comes, by the time that this first half of the video comes out, it is going to be a full moon. I'm hoping that works out. It'll be full moon. Full moon in Taurus. So hopefully I will get my act together and get this out. I'm not very good at that. I don't have professional video editing anything. So thank you for your patience. I have good stuff in here. It's just getting it out to you. And I hope that it helps. So I thought I would do my quick little mention of what I'm doing here, because doing this, I've made it a ritual. So I'm keeping calm and drinking tea, even though this isn't an official tea and tarot video, which is going to be a thing. I am drinking kind of crappy tea tonight as far as quality goes. It's Twinings again. It's Twinings Jasmine, which is all right. I mean, it's nice for a little pot. It's not the best jasmine tea in the world, but at least it doesn't have artificial flavoring. It's actual green tea and jasmine flower. So, you know, pretty tasty. It works. I also have these fabulous earrings on, and if you want to find wonderful, beautifully made, ridiculously well-priced feather earrings made, you know, from peacocks and this woman's own parrots, Etsy shop, Unicorn Adornments. Also plug, while I'm talking about jewelry, the Dragon's Treasure. My friend Bob Spickard sent me this as a gift, which I really needed it. It says he knows I love bats, and I believe in... He makes these just for people going through the crap that he likes. And he knows I'm always going through tough times, and my cat just died, and I'm just down a hard time of it. So it's in Latin, and I think it says something like, "We will feast on those who seek to destroy us," or something along the line, which just appeals to me. It's a wonderful, wonderful sentiment. This is also from Unicorn Adornments, and my brain is now drawing a complete stupid blank on what the stone is. I think it starts with a D. I want to say Dadolite, but I'm not sure that's correct. I'd have to look it up. The cards that I have out tonight are the Moonology Oracle cards, because we're coming up on a full moon and you just gotta. I'm burning an incense because I have a huge stash and I bought so many. It's a Mystics. It's a Ginger Sutra. I don't know. I think you can still find Mystics. I don't need to buy any incense for the next 5 years probably. I have so much. I don't have a problem, but you know, I do hoard things. I've got 2 big boxes. Cringe, but it's so good. I have a bunch of Mystics. Every time I pull one out, I'm just like, these are going to be gone. I don't think I can get any more. They're so amazing. So that sucks. But that's the incense I'm doing. And then I also will plug a store that was on Etsy, but now she has her own website, and I'll try to make sure I get all these things down in the box, the info box. The doobly-doo, as they say. Midnight by Verbena. Verbena, like the herb. And I wish I could just buy everything she makes. It's so good. And I think for the quality of what you get, It's well worth it. She does soaps and these amazing candles and oils and herbal blends and teas. Like, she's just so good. Okay, I don't really plug people a lot. I am plugging Yasmin Boland. Yasmin Boland, who has written the Moonology Oracle and the book that goes with it. She's an astrologer. She has an astrology book that's really easy for people to understand if they don't know anything about astrology. And she just came out with a great little book on Mercury retrograde. So I really like her. I think she's very sincere, very knowledgeable. I've been impressed with her so far. She's just so darn likable. She doesn't come off as really slick. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean by that, like, you know, the salesman thing. She does pitch her stuff a lot. Like, you'll be reading her book and it'll have some, like, link to, like, something. But, you know, that's how, if you really want to make a living at this kind of stuff, you just have to self-promote the hell out of yourself. And it's difficult because, and this is kind of like a side quick rant, it is really difficult because if you don't do it, you won't make any money. People won't know who you are. If you do it too much, it gets really annoying. So you have things like, I have this love-hate relationship. I don't have any relationship with her, but vibe about Biddy of Biddy Tarot. And I highly recommend the Biddy Tarot site, especially for learning things. But she's constantly trying to pitch spending several $1,000s on her learning programs, which you don't really necessarily need. I think she probably has a whole lot of marketing and things like that in there that can be helpful if you know, want to have a business. So I'm not going to disparage the course, but it is annoying. You will, like, I took a free course one time, just a little seminar. The whole thing was her selling stuff. I mean, like, and then I got emails and emails and emails trying to sell me stuff, and it just got to where, like, I had to discontinue the mailing list because it was just too much. And I had to mute her on Instagram because it's, you know, so much what she does is, there's like, this is great, this is like oversell. So, but then I also support her, like, because you got to do that. But it is hard. And I don't know if I would, I think I suck at that kind of business thing. So I don't see myself ever being in that position. But I really don't like the constant self-promotion. But just to warn you, Yasmin Boland has a light version of that. And that leads me to the other thing I was going to recommend, which is that she has, through her Moonology stuff and on her website, you can sign up for a club. And she will do all these, like, things. I think she does some specific things for your chart and stuff. But she has also what she calls the Moonlight, L-I-T-E, club. And it is the light version of the one that you pay for. So this one is priced Lorelei Moon price, which is free. And it's actually really, for, you know, considering it's a free thing, and she is also encouraging you to sign up for the pay one, it's still really good. So if you don't have any money to spend, I recommend doing it. You'll get free downloads. I don't find her overly obnoxious with emails. You can discontinue them or keep getting them, and they're great. But she has a little full moon ritual thing that's like focused on self-forgiveness this month. It's moon in Taurus. Taurus is great for self-love. It's great for the home. It's great for love, period. Compassion. Those kind of exercises are really good. And so she's got a little thing on here. She gives you a list of questions that you can print or write out, you know, for self-forgiveness. Like, you know, have I been stubborn or jealous or possessive this month? Have I been lazy? Have I, you know, done too much comfort eating? Have I done enough exercise? And you can write out how you feel about it and then burn it, tear it up, you know, send it out there. You know, forgive yourself for it. She's got some other more complicated things for, like, you know, forgiving others and things if you want to do that. I may do a version of that tomorrow. I really like that. But if you can't do all the full moon stuff, don't feel bad about it. You know, it helps if you're in a coven, because you kind of get that pressure to get together and you each are doing your thing to make it all work. And you know, you better be on it. You know, you don't want to be that one person in the group who never does what they were supposed to do and never participates, you know, helps. So when you're a solitary practitioner and then you add to it, you have a mental illness, depression. I have PTSD, anxiety, and depression. On top of that, my familiar died, my 20-year-old plus cat. I am not okay. I'm dealing with that. I'm having a hard time self-motivating. Samhain sucked this year. I just couldn't get into it. It's my favorite time of the year, but no. If you have chronic pain, I have a lot of illnesses that are, you know, do cause me to be exhausted and in a lot of pain. It's really hard. Sometimes, you know, you're all geared up. You've got your plan. Full moon comes around, dark moon comes around, Sabbath comes around. You're like, I can't. And then you feel guilty and you beat yourself up. You tell yourself a bad witch, and you look at all the Instagram and social media stuff that's like all the stuff. This is what I did, you know, and you feel like crap. Don't. Please don't. Just don't. You do not have to do any big thing for the full moon or the dark moon or the Sabbath. You're still a good person. You're still a good witch. It's great if you can have a daily practice and keep it up. It's great if you can do these things. You are not a bad witch. You just need to take care of you. And self-care is the best thing that you can do at any of these times. You know, dark moon's great for like purging and getting rid of the stuff that's really negative. And then, you know, if it's in between that and the full moon, it's great for manifesting. You don't have to do any big thing. Full moon's great for gratitude, forgiveness, for like really, you know, focusing on that one big goal. And, you know, then as the moon is waning, that's a good time for letting go of stuff and purging. So, you know, you can do that in tiny ways. So if the full moon comes around, it'll be hopefully today when I post this, otherwise I might as well dump it. When the full moon comes around, you can do lots of things. A big common thing is charge your crystals, clean your cards, clean stuff you want to let go of negativity on. If you are like me and you don't have any like outside area that you can put things in, I don't have a balcony, I don't have, you know, I don't have any place that I can put things out outside. I don't have any place that the moon hits my windowsill. There's no way the moon can like come into this apartment. So that's kind of screwy when you love the moon. And, you know, I mean, I can go outside tomorrow. I'm house sitting at a place that has the moonlight outside, and I could safely leave things out and I can go out. But here's what I do to charge my crystals. For one thing, I will set up often an altar and I will put an image of the moon. So like Yasmin Boland's deck comes really great for that. I'll put the full moon card out, and I can also put like full moon in Taurus. I also, you know, it's like I'll set it up on like that represents the moon. Or when I went to the Museum of Jurassic Technology in LA, I got this cool card. So I can put this in front of something and like even try to tilt it so it's the right phase. But it represents the moon. Or selenite is really great because it's like moonlight in a rock. It cleans everything. It doesn't need to be cleansed. It's like soap for your aura and your chakras and your stones and stuff. Like, here, let me clean you. Okay, so you got it. And I often will sit and focus, and I will imagine the moon. I'll picture that beautiful full moon glowing in the sky in my mind. And I will imagine the beams of, like, the glow is just going to get huge, and then the beam of light will come down, and it will find a way into my apartment, to my little space where everything is. If I don't have the energy to pull the things out, I will imagine beams of moonlight, like, it's over there in my tarot decks, it's over there in that crystal, and it's on me, and it's like, I just picture it. That's what I do. And I tell myself, or, you know, I like, thank you, moon, and, you know, you're going to keep shining all night like this, and I'm picturing all this moonlight, and it's doing all this things, and working, and cleaning, and, you know, making things shiny, sacred again. I say that, you know, I set that intention rather, that it's gonna just happen. Like the moon's gonna shine all night until things are done. And if it takes a couple days because it's really dirty, I'm imagining the moon is still doing that. So, you know, I recommend that, doing that kind of thing. So yeah, it's all in your head, right? Same as with crystals. It doesn't matter if they have the actual woo. Your brain is really, really powerful, and you're using that crystal as a tool to focus it. So like I'm saying, this is the moon. To me right now, this is the moon. The full moon that I can't see unless I go far away. So that is a little bit of advice for you. You can also, anything you can do for self-care, and again, like it's Taurus, so indulge yourself. You can make a cup of tea. You can cozy up with a good book. Do something that specifically makes you feel good about you and comforted. And that's good for any phase of the moon. I talked about Midnight by Verbena, and she has this amazing full moon tea that I need to find a jar for. I don't have the right size jar, and I haven't really had the funds to go buy one. I haven't found one because I've had it in the zip bag too long, but so far so good. It's got rose petals and cardamom pods and all these things in it. So just the act of taking the time to spoon this out into a filter and making yourself a pot of tea and sitting and just sitting and enjoying it. Getting in touch with your senses. What does this tea smell like? What does it make me think of? How do I feel? What does it taste like? What's the sensation of it going over my tongue? I mean, these are really good ways to like mindfulness meditation. So I am going to be working on probably some variation of, I like the self-reflective, self-forgiveness thing that Yasmin Boland's suggesting. I may do some version of that. I'm also going to work on a you understand me, don't you? Mercury retrograde candle. I know we're partway through it already, but I like to have a candle dedicated to Mercury retrogrades. We have so many, and I know everybody says, it's the last Mercury retrograde of the year. It's the end of the year, people. It's not like we're going to get a 6-month vacation. This happens several times a year. So I am going to, well, I've got that full moon boost energy and self-love energy. Got to make a Mercury retrograde candle. And again, when I make this and when I anoint it and whatnot, boy, this wig's looking crazy, isn't it? At least I'm not having a bad real hair day. Mercury retrograde herbal mixture, not a tea. I don't know if there's anything toxic in this, but I don't think it's something you should ingest. And she does not advertise it to be ingested. I'm trying to remember if there's a warning or not. But I'm going to use this mix when I anoint the candle with other good stuff. So yeah, that's something I plan to work on. We'll see if I get that done. And yeah, so, oh, the other thing, deck I didn't mention, but I'm going to do this in the second video. Other thing I'm using is the cat Guru's deck. That's my brain. That's my brain on Mercury retrograde. Speaking of which, I should attempt part 2, because otherwise I've got all the rocks here, and if I don't do it, it won't get done. So this has been a horrendously long video. I think it's the longest video I've ever done. It's probably going to take me 3 years to upload. I hope I get it done. Have a very happy full moon. And speaking of which, I am going to take my moony self, take a little break, and try to do a Crystals for Mercury retrograde video. Try to do something a little different than what everybody else does, maybe. I don't know. Thanks for stopping by. Best witches, and I'll see you soon.